Thank you, Madam Chairwoman. I would like to thank Chairman Latham for his work in crafting this appropriation bill to fund our federal transportation and housing programs. This already difficult task was made more difficult because of the House's adherence to the sequestration cuts, and I applaud the entire committee for working within these parameters. I'd also like to rise in support of a provision to strengthen the safety net for our veterans in need by making some changes to the HUD Veterans Affairs Supportive Housing, or HUD-VASH program. The HUD-VASH program is an example of a program worthy of federal funding. It helps our homeless veterans who served and defended our nation to obtain viable housing assistance. I believe that we can all agree that supporting our veterans, particularly our homeless veterans, worthy and worthwhile initiative. Veterans and their families sacrifice tremendously to fight to preserve the freedoms you and I enjoy. After discussing the program with communities in Kansas, I believe there are several changes that can be made in order to improve delivery of the program from local housing authorities to veterans. The changes would direct that the Department of Housing and Urban Development track HUD-VASH vouchers after they've been awarded to public housing agencies to ensure these funds are able to be fully utilized to help homeless veterans. This will aid housing agencies in differentiating VASH vouchers from other Section 9 vouchers in the same pool. The suggested changes would also require the Department of Housing and Urban Development to work with public agencies to adopt a simple process for porting HUD-VASH vouchers from one community to another based on need by a community's homeless veterans. Streamlining this process would give flexibilities to our communities to ensure that VASH vouchers are utilized by as many qualified veterans as possible. Finally, my proposal would require HUD to implement a guidance recognizing the delay that public housing authorities sometimes face in distributing a HUD-VASH voucher while a veteran is in drug or alcohol rehabilitation program. This will continue to allow housing agencies to reserve HUD-VASH vouchers for these homeless veterans without it affecting their administrative performance in the eyes of the Department of Housing and Urban Development.
Would the gentlewoman yield?
Absolutely.
Madam Chairman, I want to thank the gentlelady for her concern about housing for our nation's most vulnerable veterans. I agree with her that we should do everything in our power to ensure that the HUD-VASH program works and serves homeless veterans in the most efficient manner possible. I look forward to working with the gentlelady on her concerns and would encourage the authorizers to look at this issue as they consider reforms across the housing programs. And I would yield back to the gentlewoman.
Madam Speaker, again, I would like to thank the Chairman for his commitment to our nation's veterans. I believe that he and I recognize that just as it is critical to support our troops in the midst of combat, we must also ensure our veterans receive the highest quality of care and service upon their return home. I want to thank him again, and I would yield back.